Good morning and welcome along to the National Hockey Centre here in Glasgow, pitch 1 for the WGMA Grand Masters. It's the European Cup and we've got 4 games for you on pitch 1, and we're getting started with this very first encounter from the over-75s competition. May well be decided today, but we'll bring you all the permutations for that a little later on. But the first game we're going to focus on, and there's a bit of a nice speech as well in this opening game, it's England against the Netherlands. And there's a nice little conversation going with Kenneth Wilcock, the England captain, with his opposite side, and a little souvenir for Jan Willem van Vanning, the captain of the Dutch side here, and part of the great spirit of this competition. Great start to the day's proceedings here in Glasgow. Got 4 games for you. We've got the over 75s here, they've got the women's over 60, the Netherlands against Scotland. That can come towards its conclusion. The competition is certainly the first phase of it, where we can decide the winner of the main group. Netherlands against Scotland at 10:40, Belgium against France, and Ireland against England. There are 2 games from the European Cup over 60s. We're in Pool A after we did focus on Pool B yesterday. So 4 games all the way through until around about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So handshakes take place. Let's look at both sides. I'm going to start with the English team, and they have 3 points from 3 from their opening game. They had a start in the group phase against Germany, which they won by a goal to 0 back on the second day of competition on Sunday, and they're looking to get 3 points here against the Dutch. Let's say Kenneth Wilcock is their captain. For the Netherlands, well, they had a defeat against the Germans on Monday, a 2-1 defeat. It was a game yesterday which was 0-0 for long periods in the morning, but a couple of goals for the Germans did the job, edged them out, did the Germans, and put them into 3 points. Netherlands looking to try and bounce back here and pick up something with their final game in this sort of phase of the over 75s competition. England know that, I think the way this works out in terms of goal difference and stuff, they'll need to win, but they need to hope that Australia don't win. But they are up against the Lions, they've got a better goal difference to the Australians, and that game is elsewhere this morning at 9 AM start as well. Australia against the Lions. That's in fact, well, I'll say elsewhere, it's actually just behind us in pitch 2, so we'll try and bring you some score updates from that one throughout the course of this one. And the way competition seems to be panning out after this phase, there will be some more games with the over 75s, essentially friendlies with some of the other sides involved. There was a bit of a merger between the trophy and the main European Cup, so that's what's planned for the rest of the week. So there will be some over 75s action elsewhere, and a game or so, I think, still on this pitch, yes, on Friday. But we will see some trophy presentations today. They're going to be in the stand actually to the side as well. We're still watching the action. It's just going to be a funnel of great hockey and trophies, and I'm sure a few refreshments from some of the players and the fans here throughout the course of the day. Well, Peter Ross for England scored in that game, and they did edge out the Germans, so he'll be one to watch for the English. And Schiefstra, the only Dutch scorer so far, another player to watch out for. Thanks for joining our live coverage very early, just hitting 9 o'clock in the morning here in Glasgow. It's another grey overcast day. It is dry though for the moment. I am Cal Patterson, your commentator for all the action today, and will be the Netherlands to get us started with, man, I just mentioned Jan Schiefstra, the scorer in defeat though against the Germans. England in their all red attire. Early ball here for Purcell Steele. Early free hit for the English in a good spot. Trying to get it away was Sheep's Rabbit. Here is Peter Danson now for England into the circle. Just by the baseline it goes. Stolen back again here. Purcell Steele. Good start from him for the English side. Wilcock fires it in. And that will end that move for England. A good start from them. Officials incidentally in pink. Joy Card of Italy. Fresh off of playing yesterday in the Tides, played 3 games for Italy. And also Fraser Munro of Scotland umpiring. And we've got a penalty corner here for England in the first couple of minutes of this quarter. And a bright start for them. So first penalty corner, then it goes for the English. Fired for Danson. Lovely routine and a lovely goal. Danson's swipe pass across and executed by the captain. Wilcock and England with the lead. It's taken them just around 3 minutes here to score. England on a early march here. Here is Wilcock once more. And plenty of space. Steele and that's left. Nice little run here from Peter Ross. Good space being stretched by the English in these early stages. And it goes from Parker, lofted high. Away comes Harm Rasterhoff. And Netherlands get a little chance to foray forward. Skip over from Jaap Heeswinkel. Sang with the lead here, 0-0 between Australia and the Alliance. It's another factor to bring into this competition, the fact that Australia could well win the pool, and I guess the main phase of the competition, but they're not eligible to win the European Cup per se, for obvious reasons. But good that they're here. Penalty corner for England, so England would be left with them. There's the top European side in the pool in this first phase, you can call it, of the over 75s. Then we've got some cracking friendly games after the main tournament phase. So second penalty corner for England. Worked well the first time, different route this time for Steele. And the captain once more, it's saved from Wilcock's efforts. Good save from Van Vanning. Masterhoff manages to help it further up for the Dutch. Van Geldrop forward. Good little chase on here. Might just run away from Anton Violet. Toon Van Dam trying to find a teammate, found Hans Van Geldrop. Masterhoff was trying to juggle. England turnover with Wilcock. To do a bit of juggling around to get some space himself, but almost given back. Twist around is Steele there. Not had anyone in red alongside. Only for the white and orange away from Martin Hilder. Christopher Parker picks back up, turn from Wilcock. Good linkage player so far for the English. And they're going to keep that in, not quite. And Terry Howlett, rather annoyed with himself, couldn't quite keep it alive for his side. Passion still burning. No matter what the competition, great to see desire there. Day 4 of the Grandmasters European Cup, and bright and early start once again for our action. And it's been a bright start from England, getting the early goal through. Kenneth Wilcock, the captain, from a penalty corner in the 3rd minute. Goes to the English captain once more. Couple on the D for England, including Steele. Just whistles by Carr, who's also there, Robin Carr. Nice wriggle room that was. What a little run that was. Terry Howlett did really well. Might well come back to him just behind for Danson. England keep it alive here. Half cleared. But Wilcock back in. Wilcock drives. Off the keeper again. And that comes to an end. That move, Danson trying to get it back very quickly for his side, but Dutch will try and clear it. Ball forward there. Nice steal. Peter Ross couldn't quite collect, just left to go by the goalkeeper. Did slightly worry after the third minute when England had all the possession that they might run away with this, but well, they certainly have continued with the possession. The Netherlands have kept the English at bay. English to the back though, here into the box, into the D is Ross. It's going to be a penalty corner. So many Dutch defenders round. Clever play from Peter Ross, and a third penalty corner for him to head across to inject. Three penalty corners, three different routines. Highlights in. Luckily gets it back. Race side. Oh, nearly dribbled it all the way on a solo mission. And got a bit of a nosebleed, I think, with all that dribbling in the D. Given away by Helder for Steele. Cross for Wilcock. Wilcock, another good drive towards goal, but it was straight at the keeper. Parker did well. Turn from Ross. That's only going to find the thin air of the outer play. At half time, another contest 0-0 between Australia and the Alliance. That's over on pitch 2. If you are local, there is games happening over on pitch 2 all day, certainly till just before 4 o'clock. The 4 games on pitch 1 and pitch 2, 3 games at Clydesdale from 10:40. With the over-70s European Cup and Tournament Trophy, the main focus at Clydesdale, and our third pitch in Glasgow that's covering the games. Got action, opposite action in the over-75s, the women's over-60s on both pitches here, and then And we focus on the European Cup over 60s and pitch one on our live coverage. If you are fancying to come down to the Hockey Centre, then there's the tournament trophy games in the over 70s and the over 60s. So plenty of action across Glasgow, and our focus is on pitch one. And if you can't make it, or if you aren't local, then great to have you with us for our day's play. England have the lead here in this over 75 competition. Cross it comes from Steele, and it's going to be another penalty corner. Up off the foot, the signal from the umpire. So in the final knockings of this first period. Oh, been quite clever, have the English. And Peter Ross with his injection, different routines every time. He scored from their first one. Wilcock to the left of the centre. Purcell Steele there too. Dancing car to the right of your picture. Goes into Wilcock. Dancing. Wilcock across. He left it. In fact, and just by it goes. But it was very clever, very patient from England. Another different route and a different idea. Not quite the end product for Purcell Steele. We'll give him back, is it for Carr? Just not quite. Peter Hansen maybe to have one last go into the D. But the hooter does go, and at the end of the first quarter, Kenneth Wilcock's penalty corner goal, the first penalty corner, resulting in the goal. The captain scoring for England is 1-0 after the first 15. Second quarter then underway. England with the lead in this over 75s game. And trying to steer themselves to the trophy. Over 75 competition that had expanded, although as we mentioned at the top, a bit of a merger between the European Cup and the trophy, so it is one big competition, although after the first couple of games or so, when the trophies decided, the cups decided, the other games are effectively friendly games, but good for all the sides to play each other. But in 2015 it was only a 2-team test effectively between England and the Netherlands. England winning in both those games 3-0 and 1-0 to lift the trophy. Peter Danson, one of those involved in that 2015 competition for England, with the number 11 there, scoring in the first of those 2 test games against the Dutch in the 2015 games. And here he is on the edge of the D, making sure he works enough time with the ball, try to pick out Peter Ross. Furrows wide here for George Hazel, now on for England. That's a terrific ball. Goal number 2 for England. And just as soon as George Hazel's delivery was heading for the D, always looked like it would be heading for a goal, but the umpire's just going to check something out. Anthony Heyman jogging back, celebrating. The clock stopped. And the 2 umpires and it is going to be a penalty corner instead, so no goal. So the celebrations cut short, but Fraser Monroe of Scotland, Joy Carney of Italy just taking their time, and well, they've still got a chance here in England, but the glory taken off Anthony Henman. Another penalty corner here for Peter Ross. Ross injection again, stopped by Steele. Wilcock tried to thread it through a little gap, and see the grimace from the English captain. He scored the opener. Dancing down the side there. Gets it back. Hammered in by Hazel. Another penalty corner here for England. Racking them up in the first couple of quarters here. We've only played 3 minutes of the second quarter. Flung a little wide for Steele, but collects. Wilcock, 2-0, and the captain scores again for England. But again, the umpire ruling it out just a little too high, I think, from the captain, so it doesn't quite pay out for him. John Can, the umpire, taking a tumble. The Dutch carry on, trying to hurry away in. It's a real bit of cheer from the crowd as Simon Barreto tried to get there. So 2 goals for England in this quarter. Not becoming goals, no doubt. Certainly all the sense of the side leading. Maybe disappointed not to be further in front, but Dutch just about hanging in there. Ball stopped by Van Sventer. Turn from Rasterhoff. Taken back here. Here's Wilcock for England. Kenneth Wilcock and Volta Higdurn have a little exchange of reviews, but unfortunately the little tumble for Joy Khan is a bit too much of a tumble, which is a bit of a shame. I think he maybe twisted an ankle with that fall, and well, he's been busy playing for Italy for over 60s was he was playing for Italy, featured in the game against Wales yesterday. Played well, in fact, but unfortunately a little tumble, so he's having to go off. And the reserve umpire Barry Anderson of England is on. Steal the wheel to pick it back here for Dancing. Wriggling around the circle, came off Walter Hagdurn. Wilcock across for Steele. It's a penalty stroke. Coming together in the circle. Peter Dancing on the floor, and England having a chance to make it number 2. So after a couple of goals which didn't were ruled out, went into the goal is into the chance from the spot for number 2 with 5 minutes played of this second quarter, and there it is. Once more, the golden eye for England. That's 3 times now. They're certainly getting plenty of moments, but still somehow the Netherlands are living on with 9 lives, it feels like. And diverted in this time, and just to make sure all the checks are there with the umpires, Peter Dancing looks round. It is in this time, and at last things will feel we've got another one on the board. Dutch restart. England now with the margin, which at times has been stopped by the amount of times the ball was hitting the goal and not counting. And Sventer trying to clear it forward from Hagdurn. Ryan Tubb in close company with Harm Rasterhoff. Welcock. Forward it went, looking for Henman, who thought he scored in the first of those clutch of times the ball went into the goal. It's a penalty corner here for England, and well, that far away from the D shows severity of the infringement. So England with another penalty corner, 7 minutes left till half time. So another Peter Ross injection here. Steele and Wilcock. Steele to the right, Wilcock to the left, in the centre. Trapped by Steele for Wilcock, across here for Danson. Well stopped when he was powering up to take an effort and a goal. Here is the man that scored the second. Tubb trying to keep it alive for England. Come from Steele. Play on, says the umpire. And the Dutch come away with it. Jan Sheepstraat not really had any attacking chances, as the player has scored the only Dutch goal of the competition so far. It was a defeat against Germany. Elsewhere in this competition, and the pitch behind us, Australia have a 2-0 lead. In fact, make that a 3-0 lead against the Alliance. So they are racking the goals. They will top the group as things stand, but can't win the European Cup. David Webster, Peter Kramer Roberts and Graham Harler, the scorers for Australia, and pitch 2 behind us. That one is just about at half time. I think there's about 2.5 minutes left in that game. There is going to be a stoppage here. Things getting a little feisty. Very competitive game. We'll have a chat with umpire, with Walter Hagdorn. There's another penalty corner for England. Ross then injects. Steele. And the strike from Hazel saved. Hazel tried to keep it alive, but legally backstick. Given back to the side lead-in. Henman. Another penalty corner signalled. So Ross once more to inject. Fires it to Danton this time. Cross to Wilcock. I don't think that was in the plan, but it might still work. Not quite, as the spin, turn and effort to goal trickles by that right post. It's going to be the long corner. It took a nick on the way out. Twist from Steele. Sleeves rolled up. Oh, and off the post. A nice turn, but inches away from number 3. A little smile as well, enjoying it, playing out there. I like the no-nonsense sleeves up. It's not particularly warm morning in Glasgow. Here is Steele again. Gets space for Sheepstrat. Chance, first real chance to see him going a little joint forward. More from Sheepstrat. And found Andrew Holden. Given away here, thought. He's a wink. He's a winkle, should say. That was trying to blast it. Peter Danson comes away with it for England. Into the deep. Goes once more. Ross was trying to claim it. Had gone to Wilcock. Wilcock going. England still marching on as we head closer towards half time. Virtually half time in another game as well behind us on pitch 2. 3-0 Australia leads against the Allies. Forward from Hagdorn. Last off, couldn't control. England have just under a minute left of the quarter. Hold off or score another. Danson just going to be behind Steele. Taken well by Roger. Lob didn't work out as intended for Danson in England. There is the hooter, there is half-time break. England have the lead thanks to goals from Kenneth Wilcock in the 3rd minute from a penalty corner. Peter Danson scored in the 22nd minute. It was a quarter where England had lots of chances. 3 or 4 times the ball went into the goal but didn't count through various reasons. But they do have the cushion, they have been in control, and it may well be their title. It is England 2, Netherlands 0 at half-time. We'll leave you with some of the best of the action so far, and we'll be back shortly for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back, all set for the third quarter. England against the Netherlands. It's England 2, the Netherlands 0. Australia in another game behind us. 3-0 up against the Allies. They will top this group, but England will be the champions. Because of course Australia can't win the European Cup for well, obvious geographical reasons, but they will take the pride from being top of the pool. But England will win the European honours. They are going to go into 6 points as it stands. They've been fairly dominant. And almost picked up there very quickly from English was Ross. That's back just in the final third again. Steele and Ross trying to link it back up, but a bright start once again from England. Recouped after their 10 minutes break. Brian Tubb wriggled away. For goodness me, that was a stick with its own mind. English free hit. Good skill from Holden. Remains with England. The cup could be remaining with England after the competition 2015. It was a two-team test with the Dutch, which England won both games, secured the 75s, over 75s trophy. And these sides will still be playing as the league goes on with some of the other sides involved in this competition, with a few teams involved. Obviously talking about the Australian side, the Lions team. Good expansion of the competition. It was a merger between the trophy and the European Cup competitions. So some glamour friendlies to come. Some good wriggle and some great noise from the Dutch crowd. Wim van Noordwijk doing well initially. They had it back and the Dutch tried to keep it in the path. Danson here comes away with it for England. Got the restart going as quick as he could. So wind furrows up here into the circle it goes, and not quite going to stay in for Rowan Carr. One back again, Wilcock the captain. Got the scoring going, trying to set up another, went all the way across the D. Tubb chasing to keep it in play. Back for John Longden. Longden, turn, and off the woodwork again from Steele. That's twice for him. Don't think there's quite the right smile this time. I think there's slight annoyance the second time hitting the paint. So nearly 3-0. Another stick with a magic spell on it. Wilcock forward for Steele once more. Still tries to lay it off. Netherlands get it back in their possession. Van Noordwijk forward for the Netherlands, only found red wave once more. Not been too tested too much the English defence, but we've got a little luck from Walter Hagdorn. Walter to pick that ball for Rasterhoff. Just joining us, Kenneth Wilcox scored in the 3rd minute, penalty corner, and then Peter Danson scored a second goal 8 minutes before half time. But the possession has been mostly in the English favour, but Hagdorn with a restart. Hubstrat. English turnover. And Geldorp did well. Twilight's layoff only found the second goal scorer of the day, Dancing. England had the ball in the goal at least 3 times before they got their second in that second quarter. For various reasons, didn't count. Ball kicked away by the goalkeeper. Given away to Ross. Parker to the left in support. Here he is. Good space for him. No one close enough in red in the circle. Wilcock quickly on with the free hit, trying to play it across for Parker. Effort a goal saved. Ross trying to get it back, but I think in trying to claim it back, came off second foot. And Netherlands again surviving another English attack. Back it comes for Danson. Loud peep of the umpire's whistle signals the card coming out, and on for a quiet jog to the seat is Jan Sheepstra. Into the D, this comes very quickly. Carr. And Ross couldn't get that. Forward, here come the Netherlands. Vrasterhoff on the chase, but the ball just winning the race. Great that there is a good bunch of Dutch supporters here early this morning. There is English support here too, both sides here. I think with pretty much the biggest squads here across all the competitions, with teams everywhere, have England and the Netherlands. Of course, big powers, Dutch particularly in hockey. England have been very good in recent times, the first team level, and quality filtering, as we've seen as the generations go by. And watching the over 75s here, two good teams, but England have been the best team so far in this competition and in this game. The Netherlands maybe felt slightly unfortunate to lose narrowly in their opening game. England in control here. Longdon into the circle, it's cleared. Good stuff by Toon van Dam. Peter Ross. Waits cleared. His pass almost stopped. Nice, Streepster back on. Lovely play from Parker rather, into the circle. Turn from Ross. Away it goes. Silky play from the English. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. And from Tubb, keeper comes out again. And from Hazel. Piling on some more pressure here. It's been a bit more steady, but England still with all the play in the final third. It's a penalty corner here. Shrug of the shoulders from the umpire. Like no option. First one of this quarter. With 100 seconds left in this third quarter, there's going to be a bit of a change up. It looks like it'll be Brian Tubb to inject. Hazel to the left, Wilcock in the centre. 6 in around the D, or just on the edge of the D I should say, for England. And that'll be a very quick line break if that was the case there. The Dutch are going down to 3 defenders and a bit of confusion all round. So a man light here in defence for the Dutch as Wilcock collects and drags his shot wide. Never quite caught it as intended. Possibly one final chance in this quarter for England. Dadson going for aerial routes. Wilcock. Cut out. Hagdorn will try and hold on to it. Half cleared. And the end of the third quarter. No goals in this period. The 2 goals from the first half. The difference between the two sides from Kenneth Wilcock and from Peter Dadson. It is 2-0 with 15 to play. Ready to go then for the final quarter. England get us going, trying to catch the Dutch animators who are strolling back on. So England as it stands going to be winners of the European Cup phase. Australia will top the group with 4 goals, but the best European team England, they'll be the holders once more. Australia do have a fourth goal against the Lions through Ian Lyon. In fact, we've got 5-0 now, Australia, in another game, so they are at least showboating their way to the top of the group. England will be the European champions. And here is Kenneth Wilcock. Gentle stroll for a Tuesday morning. Keith Ellis making it 5-0 for Australia against the Lions, behind us on pitch 2. Keeping you up to date with what's happening in the concurrent game of the competition. Here is dancing for Wilcock. It's going to be a penalty corner. Brian Tubb will inject again here for England, like he did at the end of the third quarter. Bit of a change up for the English after Peter Ross took the penalty corners in the first and second quarter, but the penalty corners have been a bit more rare to come by. That comes for Hazel, saved away by the keeper well. Straight into his glove though, back with Danson. Wilcock. Cleared away by Eddie van Vollenhaven. Dutch Harriet with the restart for Wim van Noordwijk. And Sheepstrap. Tubb trying to win it back for his side and dead. From Strofton. Free hit taken at pace from Ross. Ross going to white and orange ball. Play on to the umpires, Simon Barreto. Fair and square. Barreto not happy. Two tired challenges coming in, and no surprise for there in the Townsman Rasterhoff in the chase. And the English player penalised, Andrew Holden. I think the crowd quite like a Netherlands goal, but for England, they don't have the biggest of cushions. They don't want to concede here. Hagdorn with a quick take. When it goes, so and almost came through for Rasterhoff. England managed to get it away. Under 10 minutes left now in the game. Cross from Tubb, support was found in Wilcock. Wilcock to try and fire. Hedman couldn't quite sneak it back. Lost the valve there though for England. Gets the free hit. All flung in here for Danson. Space found. And good save. Danson gets it back. Dutch trying their best to defend. And well, they do manage to get it back. And good stuff. Here's Van Damme across to Barreto and trying to wriggle out the space of danger. Space spotted. Wiggles into the D. It's going to be a penalty corner. Up over the Dutch body. No advantage coming, so penalty corner awarded. Side lead by 2 goals. I think like a third just to had that extra bit of safety, although they have looked relatively comfortable for the most part. And it went to Danson. Wilcock across for Hazel. And then another ball that just glides by the goal. Full time, Hoodser has gone behind us. Pitch to 5 goals to a win for Australia against the Lions. Ball flung into the D, away it goes by Van Vollenhoven. Good stuff there from Rasterhoff. Australia goals in their win from David Webster, Peter Cramer-Roberts, Graham Harler, Ian Lyon and Keith Ellis. So 5 scorers, 5-0 the win for the Australians. They will top the group, but England not quite as many goals. However, they are going to be the European winners. Australia eligible to win the European Cup competition, but will take pride from their start, and then all the sides will continue to play each other in this competition as a series of glamour friendlies, you could call it. We will have Germany against the Lions as part of the main pitch on Friday, but there'll be plenty of action elsewhere in Glasgow. England know they can stroll their way to the trophy. And support was found in Wilcock. Hammered off Roger. Back it comes though. Crossed by Danson. And another frustrating moment for Purcell Steele. Threatening and looking for a goal. Has hit the post twice during the course of the game. Danton getting plenty of time, and a strike from Henman. It's going to be a Dutch ball. Anthony Henman had a goal rolled out in the second quarter. Hasn't found the goal in the fourth quarter. And it remains just a 2 goals to the lead for England. Will it stay 2-0? Wilcock. Steele. Back with Tubb. Into Steele. And there is the goal for Henman. 2 players that are deserving to have one, where they've linked up, and Steele has set up Anthony Henman. And England have a third goal with 4 minutes left to play. Just adding the extra bit of ticker tape to the celebrations that will be coming up shortly. England retaining their crowd. Well, this match is the first game between these two in 2015, 3-0 scoreline as it stands. Danson, who scored today, scored in that test. Opening game between the two in 2015. Other players start coming, including Bill Greenwood coming on for England. He was a scorer as well in that first game against the Dutch 2 years ago after Danson. George Hazel got an important goal. He's been important in this game. Hazel in the second match against the Dutch, it was our last, or late on winner it was. And plenty of these players back again with another crack in the over-75s and beating the Dutch once more to help them towards the crown. Stick swipe there from Andrew Holden. Comes back for England. Danson had a superb game. Kicked away once more by the keeper. Well into the final minutes here of this over-75s European Cup game. Dutch maybe with one last chance to get themselves a goal. Simon Barreto take the free hit. Free head towards the D for the Netherlands. Barreto might get it back. Away it went though by Tubb, trying to keep the clean sheet. That might well be the end of the play. Well, Greenwood couldn't keep it in, but he does have some style with them glasses, so we'll give him that. One of the big scorers a couple of years ago is the Dutch, but once again in 2017 the English have proved to be too good for the Dutch, and this time once more it helps them reclaim the European trophy for the over 75s, and a number of those players that defeated the Netherlands twice in 2015 involved again, and involved big time to keep the trophy. Kenneth Wilcox scored, the captain, in the 3rd minute through a penalty corner. Peter Danson has had a very impressive game, scoring the second in a quarter where they were getting goals ruled out for fun at times. But it took them to the last quarter and the last 4 minutes to just edge that 3rd clinching goal through Anthony Henman with 4 minutes to play. So many other good performances in there. The Dutch never too much threat in the final third, but were dogged in keeping the English out for large parts of the game, and really good watchable contest between these two sides. But England are the winners in the over 75s and will be getting a trophy shortly, and with plenty more games for these two teams, friendly games against the other over 75 outfits in the competition throughout the course of the week. So that's the end of the first game of today, out of the 4 games here on pitch 1. Just a reminder as well that Australia beaten the Alliance by 5-0 in the pitch behind us. They actually topped the group, but England, as the top European side, win the European Cup. Our next game shortly, in the next 15 minutes or so, we'll be moving into the women's competition with the Netherlands up against Scotland. The home fans looking to cheer on Scotland against a decent Dutch side. So that is to come, but we'll leave you with some of the great pictures and moments from this one, as England are the over 75 winners with a 3-0 win against the Netherlands.